Enter the Gungeon is a side-scrolling dungeon crawler made by Dodge and published by Devolver Digital. Summary of the plotline is some engineers try to enter the dungeon and to get to the end, are told a grand prize, gun to kill the past. They might not have been happy with what they've done, so they try to do this at all costs. I don't know any more than that, and I won't be spoiling it for myself, so if you want to look up the ending, go look it up on your own. I don't want to get spoiled. But before I go any further, let me just say the passion in this game is massive, and you can feel it everywhere. From the music and sound effects and just some of the text in the game. It's truly just a blast to play. Get it? Blast? Like guns and shooting. Blast. If you'd like to get the game, it is available on PS4, Xbox One, Game Pass for PC and console, by the way, Nintendo Switch, Steam, Epic Game Store, Google Stadia, and many more for just around $20. Now, let's talk about the characters and dungeons themselves. When you click play, you have the choice of picking between 4 characters that all have different passive abilities, and items, and also different guns. But the guns are basically the same exact thing, just aesthetically different, and they probably just have different max sizes. You can also play co-op on the same screen, but the second player must be this goofball. At least they can revive the other player once, so that's kinda nice. Once you get past these guards, you will drop down this spooky looking room. You notice the doorway and then you enter. Oh my god, the doors are locked, you can't escape. Oh god, they're coming at you, the guns are get it right. You're gonna hit you eventually. Basically, each floor has their own theme and style to it, and each room and paths are randomly generated, so it's always different each time you play. There's also these tables that can give you cover, it's pretty nice. You can also roll to dodge attacks. Be careful, you might roll into a projectile if you're unlucky. Happened to me plenty of times. There are some special rooms on the floor, where there'll be a guy that sells you guns but get angry if you shoot one, locked rooms with chests inside them. You get the point, there's a lot of cool rooms. Once you find this spooky Bowser door, you can head inside and battle the boss for the floor. Each floor the boss changes. Hopefully you beat the boss and then you grab the rewards, and if you want to, you can head immediately straight down to the next level, or continuing the current level you're on if you didn't explore the entire thing. There's also the save game button that you can press, but the game will call you a bit. Now let's talk about the things that'll try and kill you. You have your basic little bulletins, which are basically there to stress you. Think of these guys like cockroaches. They're weak, but they have numbers on the side, and you'll your pants when you see multiple of them. You also have ones that wield shotguns, assault rifles, and snipers, like cockroaches that have wings. You also have to deal with these witches that can make a bunch of patterns and shapes and teleport around. You have these thick boys who have different ways of attacking. There's way too many enemies. There's so many, I'm stuttering on a script. I can't have that many in one video. I can't. It's way too many enemies. Next section. Now let's talk about the bosses. Once you encounter your first one, especially if you don't have like a good gun and you're only starting with a starter gun, you'll probably think, I hate these bosses. These guys are so hard to kill, especially with this little nerf tool you have. There's so many different patterns of abilities when you... What? How will I beat this? Oh. I got him? Oh, nice. So yes, these bosses can be hard, but the main piece of advice I can give you is just to learn their methods of attacking. We do have some pretty cool looking and creative bosses in here. We have a Bullet King, of course, why wouldn't you? Snake, who does it as a snake, a cannonball, weird octopus dude, and so on. In some of these rooms there will also be mini bosses that can get extra currency. All mini bosses and main bosses have their own layout for the room. It's actually pretty cool. You get a feel of what they're about and their personality. Oh, you're asking, there's currency in this game? You're asking, huh? Well, let me tell you all about that in this game, when you clear a room, you get these little bullet shells as currency. It's hilarious. Once you find the shop on your floor, you can then purchase the items he's selling. There are times when the shop is really good, and straight garbage. may also be short on currency to buy something. A lot. Let me just say, sometimes you clear a room and you get one bullet shell. One! It sucks! Yes, these aren't the easiest rooms ever, but they're not stupidly hard. It's like someone told you to stock all these items for your paycheck, and then the store gets robbed the same day. It sucks. Also, once you progress the game and save these prisoners, they may appear in the shop, or sometimes different rooms, to sell you special items. You can also pick up and use these keys to unlock chests and rooms to get endless items and more. Well, what are items? You're asking. They are basically abilities your character can have in the game and have special effects. All characters start with their own special one, and there's a ton in the game. I mean a ton. However, getting this one passive ability, where when you get to half a heart, it's God's creation of a weapon. But now, let's get into the chamber of the game, which is the... Get it? Like chamber? This game has so many guns. It's impeccable to even think, to even feel how the galaxy brains behind the computer even got some of the ideas of these things. For example, you got an enormous bullet that shoots shotguns that shoot bullets. There's flare guns, bow and arrows, shotguns, laser beams, laser assault rifles, water guns, guns with molotovs, so many different guns if you didn't get the idea already. This makes the game so much more fun to play again and again and again. Even if you're like me, you can only make it to level 3 on PC. In conclusion, I love this game, but I love the aesthetic and the hilarious jokes you can find throughout the game. The highest me my dad had ever gotten was like level 5 on Xbox, and recently on my PC I've only made it to level 3 by myself. Another PC gaming, okay, I'll get better, man. But, when we find out in the game, I gave it a 9.5. Honestly, I don't have any hard criticisms about the game. There are no bugs to be found at all. You'll never die or take damage and think, oh, that's BS, or that shouldn't have happened. Because anytime you take damage or die, you know it's your fault. The game mechanics are so perfectly fine-tuned to give this game so much more challenge. The only reason why I give it a 9.5 and not a 10 is because it's not on the aspect of the game, and honestly might not need it or might be better off without it. But I just can't help and wonder what the game would be like. You heal your buds and you just enter a boss fight and stuff goes down, someone dies and everyone gets more panics. That's an awesome time, dude. Like I said, this game might be better off without it, who knows? It's like we never got, we can only speculate and wonder. And if you made it this far, I'm pretty sure you found it pretty interesting. I suggest you pick this game up for $20 or at a discount. And if you happen to have the Game Pass on PC or console, give this game a try, man. It takes like 8 seconds to install the game. It's pretty easy. So I hope you try it out and see the magic of this game, man. But if you enjoyed this video and if you want to, please like the video and subscribe. It would help me out a lot. And I'm planning to review all the characters and guns and items in this game. All of them is probably an oversight, but you know, I'll review most of them. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.